and welcome back to 2019's year of Rosalind's Kitchen. Meanwhile, I want to show you, this is my new brace for roller skating. See this little hole here? If I hit that, when I hit the floor, it's going to act as a shock absorber and keep me from breaking my wrist again. It's also got supports in here. Not to mention, it's a great brace just for everyday life. So, I am braced for cooking. Okay, for today, we are making brown sugar salmon with ranch potatoes and, of course, our usual green beans. So, I have two baked potatoes, or two potatoes, two sour creams, ranch seasoning, green beans, brown sugar, Dijon mustard, and of course, the ubiquitous salmon fillets. So, we are ready. Hang on, let me plug in my phone so it doesn't die on me. There we go. It's plugged in. Anyway, so the first thing I need to do is I need to peel my potatoes. So, here's my trusty peeler, and I'm going to peel these potatoes, and then I'm going to cut them up in chunks so that I can boil them. So, let's do that. Alright, so here are my potatoes all cut up, and now I need to put 8 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of salt in it. So let's do that. Alright, so it's not going to hold more than 4 cups, so that's just going to have to do. And since I'm using half the water, I'm going to use half the salt. So I'm using my sea salt for this. We're going to see how that works with this. I'm interested in seeing what all I can do with my sea salt. Oops, hang on. I forgot a potato. Let me go put it in. I'll be back. Okay, now I really can't get any more water in this. So, this is going to be boiled for 14 to 18 minutes. And then I have to, mash the potatoes with my little mixer and add the sour cream and the ranch dressing. Okay, so here we go. Actually, I'm just going to set it off to the side. Alright, so now I will trim the ends off the green beans with my handy scissors. They're actually for Christmas wrapping, but hey, they work. And then I will be back. Alright, so there are my green beans. These are actually the green beans from the last time that I set aside. So I just set the whole bag of the other ones aside because, well, now I have green. That way I can use them or give them to somebody. Now I am to use a mixing bowl and combine my Dijon mustard and my brown sugar. So, let me see. Usually these have, there it is. I like it when they have notches so that I can tear it easily. There we go. And there we go. And whisk. Kind of a little paste there. Interesting flavor. Alright, set it aside. And now I must pat dry my salmon. So, pull them loose. Yes, there we go. Salmon. on the half shell. Well, on the half pan. Alright, so, and come here, salmon. Look at that. And pretty. Well, this is definitely my salmon. That's Daddy's salmon, because he's not as big of a salmon eater as I am. So, I pat my salmon dry. And now I am to season it with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper. So, where's my 1/4? Get in there! Alright, so, yeah. Alright. Now I'm using my kosher salt on this because I think it works better. You know, the sea salt I notice sticks together, which is probably because it's from the sea. But, you know, I have liked what has come out of my using kosher salt, so I'm for it. And so now I set that aside, and now it is time to start boiling the potatoes. Alright, so my potatoes are now boiling. My beans I'm putting on medium heat, and instead of frying, I'm going to boil them. And my salmon, I'm heating up a pan of oil here to cook my salmon in. So, I think it's hot enough. Seems to be flowing nicely. So, that's working, that's working, that's working. Okay, let us and cook that little sucker for about 2 minutes. Then I will put it on my pan, brush on my Dijon sugar sauce mixture on the flesh side and cook it for about 7 to 10 minutes. So, there we go. I'll be back. Alright, so my salmon have cooked, and there it is. Now I'm just going to set this on the pan here so that I can put my mixture on it. And there we go. And a little bit more on that. I'm going to put more on mine than on Daddy's because, as I've mentioned before, my father doesn't like a lot of sauces. I think this comes as the fact that he has a much better sense of taste than I do. I mean, when you have no sense of smell, your sense of taste is screwed up too. So now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to put them in the oven for about 7 minutes. So we're at a kind of waiting point here. Move that over there. My beans are, whoops, wrong one. Turn you down. Okay, so my beans are cooking, my potatoes are cooking. My potatoes have about 8 minutes, so I'll be back. Alright, so my salmon is out, my beans are cooked, my potatoes have been drained. Now, put the sour cream in them. The hand's getting better, but it still just does not have the strength. But it's getting there. I can't get impatient, I guess. Although I do. Alright, and now to Alright, so there's my mashed potatoes. And let's move over. Alright, so this is what it should look like. This is what it does look like. I added the cheese because I'm a firm believer in cheese. Cheese is awesome. Let's see how it tastes. Alright, so this one was an excellent. The beans are great. The potatoes came out wonderful. I might need a little bit more salt and pepper on it. I don't know. The salmon was awesome. So I will probably see you tomorrow with the next one. It's steak.